MIRAI Days is almost here, we can almost taste it, and we can feel the hype. We are going to meet Cure Miracle, Cure Magical, Cure Felice, Mofrun, and a plethora of new characters in a huge new adventure. I am hyped, and in this video we are going to get even more hype for this amazing sequel. Hello everyone, it's Leo. You are on Magical Cinnamon, and in this video we're checking out episode titles for the first 5 episodes of MIRAI Days, and also some tidbits from interviews from the producers, and also some of the things that the voice actors had to say, which are really interesting. Before we go on with the interviews, let's focus on the episode titles. We have episode titles from episode 1 to 5. So here they are. Episode 1 is called A Miraculous and Magical Reunion. Love the mentioning of both names, Miracle and Magical. The second episode is called The Long-Awaited Magical World. So we're probably going to see Mirai going to the magical world again. Episode 3 is called The Magic of Time. And based on the trailer, time seems to play a big role in this series. Episode 4 is called The Secret of Hisui. Hisui is this new character that we've seen in the trailers, and she is very prominent in the MIRAI Days collabs, in the MIRAI Days merchandise, so she's probably going to be very relevant. And the last episode title we have is episode 5, The Flowing Passage of Time. As we've seen, time is definitely going to play a huge role in this story, and I am very excited. So before we go on to the interview, in the trailer and in the promo images, we see that Cure Miracle and Cure Magical have a new form that is called Pink Diamond. And based on the first screening of the first episode that happened in an event in Japan, we know that they are going to get a new transformation. I mean, the animation of the transformation is going to be new. So I am very excited for this. They're not gonna reuse the transformations from MAHOU TSUKAI with minor changes to fit the new costume. No, it is a totally new transformation. And I love PreCure transformations, so I'm very excited to watch this. So now let's check out some of the interesting things that were said in an interview. This first interview we're gonna check out is from one of the producers, Keisuke Naito, and he was interviewed in the Animage magazine, and he said some pretty interesting stuff. We're going to mention some of them here. So the first thing that he said is that they have decided to continue from episode 50. They didn't want to have a huge time skip or anything like that. So he said that they thought they should write this story beyond the final episode so that fans of a late night anime could enjoy it. So I feel like he is going for people who are going to watch this as newcomers, and also people who are fans of MAHOU TSUKAI that are also watching this. Very interesting. Another thing that is nice is that Murayama Isao, who was the writer in the original MAHOU TSUKAI, is also the writer again here, and he is in charge of the script. And while they were thinking of the season, Murayama said that he would write all of the episodes of MIRAI Days. This really shows the passion of people who are working in this show and how much they really love this story and its characters. Now for the character design, we have something interesting here. The character designer of MIRAI Days is Sodayama Asami, who is someone new, but Miyamoto Emiko, who is the original character designer for the original MAHOU TSUKAI, was the one who came up with the ideas for the Pink Diamond style. And she is also the designer for Hisui and Ayo, which is another new character. We're going to talk a little bit more about him later on. So, Keisuke Naito says that the Pink Diamond seems to be the result of some kind of power-up. I love this because they don't say anything up front. It's like, okay, we're just giving you a taste. You're gonna have to watch the show to actually understand what we mean. And now talking about Hisui. some very interesting things that were said about her. One of them by Keisuke Naito himself. He said that Hisui is a bit selfish and she is very strong-willed. And she is very different from Hachan. So very interesting. They have a lot of similarities, but they're going to have very different personalities. And since Hachan is called Hachan by the members of the anime, the other characters of the anime, Hisui is going to be called Hichan. Very cute. Hichan. And now talking about the other new character, Ayo. It's interesting because we were wondering if he was going to be the villain, if he was going to be the antagonist, and it seems that he is. Because Keisuke Naito said this about Ayo. Ayo is the immediate threat. So he is the threat of the show. And there is a reason why he has a human form. He is also an ennui-filled and cynical character. That is why the staff chose Toyonaga Toshiyuki to play Ayo. And so, another thing that he said in this interview is that while they were writing the show and thinking about the concepts and what was going to be in Mirai Days, they thought of incorporating themes that you could relate to without losing sight of the relationships between the four characters. So in MAHOU, we have basically four very strong and established characters with a very strong relationship. We have Mirai, Riko, Hachan, and Mofurun. And well, it seems that those four are still going to be very tight and close in this. But he also said that we are going to see other familiar faces other than the PreCure in Mirai Days. I instantly thought of Emily, June, and Kei, who were other students from the magical world, and they were also friends with Mirai and Riko, but there are obviously other characters that we're probably going to see in Mirai Days as well. MAHOU was a series with a huge cast of secondary characters. We had a very colorful cast, so I think this is going to be something very interesting for us to pay attention to. And now, moving on a little bit, there was a voice actor roundtable in Animedia, and they said lots of things, but we got some of the things that were said to share here. And so the voice actor said that there was a surprise announcement for them, saying that they were going to be, there was going to be a Mirai Days, and they were going to be in it. And after the surprise announcement, they were given a chance to talk. And then the voice actors were able to give their honest opinions. And so they shared lots of ideas. I like this because it just goes to show that this is really a huge team effort and everyone is part of it. People are, the people who work on it really love this series. And so, even though they were sharing ideas, they were talking about the possible things to be in Mirai Days, they didn't know the exact timeline of the plot of the show until they got the script. And when they got the script, that was the first time that they learned that there was going to be a new character called Hisui. And Hayami Saori, who is the voice of Cure Felice and also the voice of Hisui, she said that compared to Hachan, Hichan is a bit more selfish, as we saw before. And so for Hayami Saori, she said that it's very clear. This difference of personality is very clear from the lines that she got from the script. So right from the get-go, she already knew which type of character that Hichan was going to be. And so it was easy for her to play them differently. Because since she voices both characters, she said that because of their very differing personalities, she could easily switch and do a very different interpretation for each of them, something that each of them asks for. And so other things that the voice actors say is that we are going to see footage from the previous MAHOU TSUKAI, 'in this. And this these footages that we're going to see are inserted as key points. And I feel like maybe this is something that will both give us nostalgia and make us remember intense and emotional moments from MAHOU TSUKAI, but it's also to contextualize for people that might not have seen the show. I mean, they're not going to understand it completely, probably, but it's going to help them understand some of the things. And another thing that this was shared in another interview by Saito Ayaka. This is a little bit more about Mofurun. Saito Ayaka said that she can't say much since the show is not airing yet, but Mofurun is actually gradually becoming more capable. I'm very excited to see Mofurun's evolution and to see a little bit more on how Mofurun is going to act in Mirai Days. And she also said that there are lots of emotional scenes. And those emotional scenes are going to hit hard, especially for people who have watched the original MAHOU TSUKAI PreCure. And we're instantly gonna remember emotional moments from the original series as well. I feel like this interview really, those interviews and those pieces of information, they are interesting to check out because they make us feel even more and more hyped for this show. I think this is going to be really incredible. I cannot wait for Mirai Days, and I'm really, really hoping that Crunchyroll picks it up because it makes it way easier for us to watch, and it's also a way of supporting PreCure officially by watching it in like official streaming channels like this. So I really hope Crunchyroll picks it up. Crunchyroll is adding more and more PreCure seasons every month basically, so I really hope Mirai Days is the next one. So is You and Idol PreCure. Please, Crunchyroll, bring it to us. Anyways, babies, this is it for now. Are you hyped? Are you excited for Mirai Days? I know I am. Anyways, this is it for now. I want to take this little time to thank the Magical Cinnamon production team helping me with this content, and also the members of the Magical Cinnamon channel. If you're a member, thank you very, very much for your support. And if you've watched up until now, thank you so much as well. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye!